What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Mets Season Review. Okay, so today, this is going to be my review of my thoughts on the Mets season to the All-Star break. So, the All-Star break started last Sunday, and the games picked up yesterday, July 12th. So, we had those few days, we had the Home Run Derby, the actual All-Star game itself, and I'm going to get my thoughts onto those in a second. But first, I want to talk about my Mets. So, again, I'm going to pull up the box score of last night's game, which was Friday, July the 12th, and I'm going to give you my thoughts. And they lost. What a surprise. And you guys should know by that response, know where I'm going with this. Okay, Jeff McNeil. Again, still killing it. I don't really have to give you guys so much of an update on that one. He's batting .348. J.D. Davis, batting .276. Again, I think he's a good guy. I think the Mets are a little too obsessed with him, but he's a very good player. My boy, Pete Alonso, killing it as usual. We'll get to his home run derby in a second. Batting .277. He did go 0 for 3 last night. Wilson Ramos, catcher, batting .273. That's probably one of the most decent acquisitions, but the Mets don't really play him because the Mets pitchers like Nido think he's a better defensive catcher and better working the pitches. So, then we got Robbie Cano, batting .240. Terrible, just terrible, terrible, terrible. Todd Frazier's having a good year. Conforto. And everyone else, we got Rosario and Vargas. And Diaz. Diaz is terrible. It actually has gotten worse since my last video. I believe it was a little more than a month ago, I want to say, than the last one I did. Yeah, the Mets season, as usual, I don't know if it's because I've noticed the same patterns in the past 2 years with Mickey Callaway. Great start in March/April. May, start to go down. June, terrible. And then they're gone by now. And just like right now, they're done. Like, they're pretty much, I mean, mathematically they're still in it. But I don't believe, it's a weird vibe I get from them. It's just a weird vibe I'm getting off the team. I just feel like there's a lot of tension. There was an article went around on Twitter saying Brodie Van Wagenen was so pissed off at the coaches he picked up a chair in the clubhouse and freaking threw it. We got Mickey Callaway, Jason Vargas cursing out reporters. I'm like, it's getting crazy over here in Flushing, New York. Even though everyone says the Mets are in Queens, but their address is Flushing, so I'm gonna go with Flushing. But yeah, it's been out of control. Like, it's been so disappointing. Like, there's such a great team on paper, and it's like I don't understand why it's not correlating into the games. I know Cano has had a track record of not being a hustler, not being a team guy, but is it just one person is making that whole team bad? Like, I mean, they're hitting. Cano is just, I mean, he's the past few games I watched, he's been coming around, but still, like, everyone else is kind of hitting. It's just the pitching has been brutal. I think I saw a stat a few days ago on Twitter. I think the Mets blew like 30 blown saves this year so far with the bullpen. Oh my gosh. Imagine if they would have won half of those. They'd be like in first place. But, so yeah, let's move on to the Home Run Derby. So the Home Run Derby was this past Monday, and that date was the 8th. That was the 8th. And I'm shocked that Pete Alonso won. I really, really am. I thought for sure Vladdy, especially that round, those two with him and Jock going back-to-back in the bonus rounds and everything. I thought for sure Vladdy was going to get Pete Alonso in that final round. But if you watched it, you can definitely tell that Vladdy Jr. he was done. He was shot, tired. And Pete Alonso did it was like nothing. He had like 20 seconds straight. So boom, boom, boom. It was awesome. It was so awesome to see a Met do something. And then I was joking around at work the next day, be like, "Yeah, this is our World Series. We won the World Series. Pete Alonso won the Home Run Derby. Yeah, it's a World Series for us." It's so sad, but it's so true at the same time. Okay, so now let's move on to the actual All-Star game itself. I watched pretty much most of the game. I started watching in the top of the second, and I went to sleep, I want to say, in the bottom of the seventh, because it was just getting way too late, and I get up, you know, as some of you know, me personally, I get up super early for work. And the All-Star game, I mean, it's not as interesting and fun to watch as it was when I was younger, because I just feel like now that I got the MLB app, I follow everything on there, and I see highlights of all the teams, all the players I like. So it's like, for me, when I was younger watching the All-Star game, you got to see all these other players that I never got to see, and like, talk about all these other players. And it was very exciting, nice to learn things, and now it's just like, yeah, I see all these guys. Or maybe it could just be because I'm older. Like, I'm not, you know, totally like crazy Met fan like I was when I was younger. Like, I would literally sit there and watch every single game, every single night. And now I usually just keep it on in the background and listen to it, or listen to it on the radio from my phone, while I'm doing all the things like editing videos, pictures, working on ideas and everything like that, fan fictions. But, so yeah, the All-Star game, it was fun. When Pete Alonso got 2 at-bats, he had he got 2 RBIs, so that was a good thing. I was hoping so bad that Pete Alonso would hit that grand slam when he was up with a bases loaded, but he got the 2 RBI singles, so you can't complain there. He came through, got us only 2 runs, even though the National League still lost the game. I think Jeff McNeil only had 1 at bat, and I think he fouled. He flew out the left field, and DeGrom pitched 1 inning. Freaking blew it away, man. Whoom, 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 whoom. He was killing it. I think he struck out the first 2 guys, and then he struck out 2 guys, and then he had 1 guy bounce back, right back to him, and just threw it to first. So yeah, the All-Star game, it's fun. It's a really fun experience. If the All-Star game is ever in your area for your team, I highly suggest you go. It is expensive. Luckily, when it was in Citi Field 2013, I did end up going to the Home Run Derby. It was a lot of fun. I like the new rules in Home Run Derby, the time thing. I know a lot of people don't like that, because as an example, Vladimir Guerrero had hit 91 home runs, and Pete Alonso hit like 60 home runs, and he lost. And Vladimir Guerrero lost. I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, it should just be the old way. Whoever hits the most total home runs wins." But I don't know. I like the new way they have it now. I think it's a lot better this way. It's more fun. It's more exciting. It's more exciting. So yeah, that wraps up this short Mets season review video. I do plan to keep on doing these for the rest of the season. Maybe once a month, every other month. Or maybe I'm definitely planning on doing one for when the trading deadline comes up. So that is in the end of the month. I think the 31st is the trading deadline, and I'm pretty sure there's no more the second trading deadline for arbitrate for. Yeah, just ignore that. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing another video for the trading deadline. Give my thoughts on that. The Mets are in the market for selling. Sadly, they're not gonna be buying this year. So I'll give you, if they make any major moves, or even small moves, I'll give you guys my opinions on that. So that wraps up today's episode of Mets season review for the All-Star break. If you like this video, please make sure you smash that like button. It really helps me out. And if you want to see more videos like these, please consider subscribing. Alrighty guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!